All right, welcome back to the Drive-Thru Confessionals, boys and girls. We are on to trig functions of general angles. This video goes along with worksheet number 9, if you're following along at home. Okay? Basically, this is going to combine the SOHCAHTOA concept with this angular rotation concept, so we're putting the last two quizzes together in this section. The directions state, the terminal side of theta, that weird looking thing is a theta, it's just an x that represents an angle. The terminal side of theta in standard position contains each point. Find the exact values of the 6 trigonometric functions of theta. Alright, so then number 1, our point that we're given is 8, 4. So the first thing we want to do here is make a picture of it. So just plot yourself a little XY plane somewhere. It can be little. Make up a point that looks kind of like 8, 4. Yes. Right 8, up 4. Good question. And then draw yourself a ray. Remember, a ray is a never-ending set of points that travels infinitely in one direction. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is, one thing that's different is we are going to start referring to that as R instead of H. Anyone know why we're calling it R? Remember that this thing is rotating? So why do you think we're calling it R? Radius. Okay? Here and here, now we've got our right triangle. So now this starts to look more familiar. How far over did we go, Rachel? So write an 8 here and write a 4 there. This right here is our theta. So now we've got a good picture drawn. I'm going to slow down a little bit and let you guys catch up. That is, a theta kind of looks like a 0 with a line through it. I just keep going. I just like kind of draw 2 circles, okay? Or like a 0 with a halo, if you will. All right. So what it says is find the exact values of the 6 trig functions. The 6 trig functions are sine. So write sine of theta equals, cosine of theta equals, tangent of theta equals, and then cosecant, secant, and tangent. Sorry, cotangent. Now, before we write the answers down, with this being the first one, let's take that chart. See the chart up at the top of your worksheet? And let's transfer that down. So notice that instead of SOHCAHTOA now, at the top it says sine of theta is y over r. That's still SOHCAHTOA. Can you look at the triangle real quick? What is opposite of the theta? This. Well, that's our y. And what is our hypotenuse? Our r. So this is still just SOHCAHTOA. Now we're just representing it with algebra instead of geometry, so we're using different letters. Alright, so cosine then is x over r. I'm getting these equations from the top of your sheet. Okay? Tangent of theta is y over x. And then I still just flip them. So cosecant is r over y. secant is r over x, and cotangent is x over y. So far, so good. We're missing our r, pirates. So how are we going to find r? Pythag, right? So 4 squared plus 8 squared equals r squared. What's r squared? R. No? Is that not a good joke? Okay. 16 plus 64 equals r squared. We're just going to call r squared equals 80. So r is radical 80. We'll just leave it just like that. Just leave it as a radical. Okay? Now we're ready to go. So here's how we do these problems. We just fill in the equations. So the sine of theta is 4 over radical 80. So everybody see where that came from? So what's the cosine of theta? What'd you say, Elise? Very good. 8 over radical 80. I got to start spacing these out more. I don't know if you guys can see this. Okay. Tangent is y over x. So that's going to be 4 over 8. We're not even reducing the fractions right now. We're just trying to make sure we get these set up right. And then the quickest way is just to reflip all of these. So this one's going to be radical 80 over 4. This one's going to be radical 80 over 8. And this one's going to be 8 fourths. What do you think? Not yet. Not good yet. Not bad. Good, good. I can't hear. I got my drive-through ears on. Okay? All right. So, number 2 is the point 4, 4. Start with that. Okay. Draw your right triangle. You always draw it down. That's our angle. We have to now find our R. That's how most dogs die right there, Cole. Their leash gets cut up. Okay, so we'll say 4 squared plus 4 squared equals R squared. 16 plus 16 equals R squared. R is the square root of 32. We will just leave it like that. Okay. And now we'll get to the answer. I'll make myself more room now. So sine of theta is y over r. So that will be 4 over radical 32. Cosine of theta is x over r, which is 4 over radical 32 as well. Tangent of theta is y over x, 4 over 4. Yeah, I put 1. Cosecant of theta is radical 32 over 4. Secant of theta is radical 32 over 4. And cotangent of theta is that. Okay? Now, I'm not going to do 3 for you completely, but I'm going to get it started. Okay? So for number 3, okay, we now have 0 over 4. We cannot form a right triangle now. We just have this simple line. Okay? So bear with me here. It's hard to label the triangle. So what is our x value? 0. Excellent. And our y value? What do you think our r value is? It is 4. You would say r squared equals 0 squared plus 4 squared. Something's going on with my Interwrite pen. And so r squared is 0 plus 16. R is 4. You feel how we got that? So in this problem, our y and our r are the same thing. The only thing I want to remind you is what happens when you have 0 in the bottom of a fraction. It's undefined. Excellent. So on any of these where you have x in the denominator, let's look at our equation sheet. When is x in the denominator? Tangent. So in this problem, when you get down to tangent of theta, that's going to be y over x. So it's going to be 4 over 0. And you're going to write that as undefined. The flip one, so cotangent of theta, is going to be 0 over 4. If you have $0, Jimmy, and you share your wealth with 4 people, how much money are you giving to everyone else? $0. So that's just 0. That is defined, but it's 0. Yes. So there's going to be 2 of them that are undefined. Okay? So you got just a little bit of work to do, and then this is a good day to maybe make up anything that you've missed. I'll always give you guys credit for stuff that you missed, and we'll move forward. Boom. Cole's back.